Welcome everybody, welcome to the Serenyx League 2v2 Blitz number 4. I'm Spuddy FC, joining me here is EndlessDolphins, and it's another Saturday, and that means another night for Rocket League double elimination action. Welcome everybody to the stream, welcome to the action, and welcome to the upper semi-finals. EndlessDolphins, 18 teams have shown up today for our 2v2 Blitz. By the end of the night, we're going to name a champion, but for now, we start in upper semis with quite a matchup indeed. Loaded on one side of the bracket while we wait on the winner of Beef Stew Lovers and Rap Du Traveler. This starts our double elimination journey on the mainstream.
Oh yeah, I'm super excited. We got some great teams, and it's gonna be some really good Rocket League here. We're happy to be able to cast alongside you, and it should be a jolly good show.
Absolutely, it should be. It's going to be a very fun time here for all of you who may not know how these events work. It is double eliminations. That means if you lose in the upper bracket, your run's not over. You still got the lower bracket to go through. But the way it works is obviously double elimination as it is. All of our matches in upper bracket are best of 3 until we go to that winner finals. Upper bracket and lower bracket. All our matches in lower bracket are best of 1 until we go to lower finals. Upper finals is best of 5. Lower finals is best of 3. And the grand finals is a best of 5 with the team from the winners finals that wins will get a 1-game advantage. Again, we're starting in the winners semifinals here. That means a best of 3 is it has been confirmed. Loaded will be taking on Beef Stew Lovers in our first matchup. This again is a best of 3 matchup. So that means both these teams, they got to make sure that if they're going to get things going, they got to get themselves going started because both these teams are pretty high rank and these matches are not very long.
Indeed. Rocket League is such a mental game in that the start could truly affect your end. And so if they're going to start hot, then the rest of the series has got to be nice and easy for them. But a slow start can just hurt the confidence just a little bit. And so it'll be interesting to see how game number 1 goes, because you don't have a lot of time. It's not a best of 7, it's not even a best of 5, only a best of 3. And so every little mistake, a lot more weight is placed on it. And so interesting to see how the tournament goes on and see if that pressure gets to get to anyone.
Yeah, it really will be interesting here, as again we mentioned Loaded versus Beef Stew Lovers. Loaded, the roster of Skippy and Tide. Beef Stew Lovers with Ty on that side as well. Ty with, I think, many Ys, but yeah, it's going to be Ty as well as Jazz. So both these teams pretty high rank here, but Loaded are the favorites. Not only are they the team from North America, whereas their opponents are playing from Europe, but they're also, again, rank X compared to the European counterparts, who themselves, I believe, are rank B and B+. So, again, it's going to be a rank differential here. Loaded, definitely a top-tier team, and if they have anyone that they're going to be focusing on competing against, we haven't mentioned them yet here, but on the other side of the bracket is Amethyst, the, top-tier team from South America, with Sadness as well as Wisty, who won her 1v1 gauntlet last week. That's going to be a matchup that Loaded really wants to play against, because that is our top team this event, and a team that I think for Loaded, that's the only team in this bracket that they really think that they might have issues with.
Indeed. You gotta look at Amethyst as being one of the strong contenders. I'm always going to go out on the win and say someone from the lower bracket is going to challenge, but we'll see how the things develop right there. But between Loaded and Amethyst, surely you'd expect one of them to bring it home, but don't count out Beef Stew Lovers just yet. We know how the differences in playstyles between Europe and North America have affected teams before. We'll see if it comes out to bite Loaded here and they'll be sent down to the lower bracket, or if they'll just be able to cruise straight through it.
Well, considering their last matchup in the winter quarterfinal, where they went to Game 3, it has not exactly been a cruising bracket here for Loaded. They definitely had their fair share of difficulties playing in the winter quarterfinals, again, winning in Game 3. But Beef Stew Lovers themselves also went to Game 3 against a pretty tough Rap Du Traveler team, so we'll see how things go. But we're going to get things started in just a moment here where we get Loaded and Beef Stew Lovers in the matchup. So, again, this will be a best of 3 matchup. After this, we'll be going to our winter finals and so on, but again, it's going to be a nice night of action here. So many teams are competing in this bracket, and a lot of different nationalities, too. We mentioned as well North America, South America, Europe, all getting involved in this event as well. So, a lot of different regions, a lot of different competition. Being a weekend that is not RLCS heavy, we're going to be seeing some really interesting teams show up when, especially because, again, not much else is really happening. Everybody kind of is itching to get into those tournaments, RLCS around the corner.
Indeed. Should be a jolly good show. We'll see if any upsets come through. Again, we've already mentioned the best of 3 nature of it, but shorter series are always ripe for an upset. The North American favorites, everybody loves NRG, but they're known for slow starts, and this is a format that certainly would punish them. But we've had some plenty of close games. I think the fact that some of these have gone to 3 already with our top seeds is a sign of just forget how strong the competition is here, and the parity between regions. I remember just not too long ago where you see South American team and they probably aren't making it past round 1 or 2, but now the South American team is looking like they have a chance to go all the way. So it's awesome to see how Rocket League has just expanded throughout the regions. Now the depth between regions has grown as well.
Yeah, if I can tell you anything about this one, the Serenyx League itself, these tournaments always have a history of really impressive South American representation. So again, it was Wisty who won not too long ago. So again, it'll be fun to see here. But again, you mentioned it, and I mentioned as well, South America having had a long history of winning in these events. Before Wisty, obviously, though, again, Serenyx League itself has still been strongly dominated by players from South America as well. I mean, a good example would be, if I can find it, is we had a Colombian player not too long ago show up in our 1v1 events or 1v1 gauntlets as well. So I mean, it's in Shesfi, who again won a couple of events. He's been a player that kind of is known as the GOAT of Serenyx League tournaments. He's been in almost every single one of them, and every time he shows up, he oftentimes makes it to the top 4. So we'll see if Wisty can live up to that status. Obviously, with how good he is, I wouldn't deny the possibility of that happening. But still, we gotta wait and see how things go here. So again, we are waiting on these rosters to show up to the matchup. So it's gonna be a fun match. I'm excited to see how things will go. I know these teams are gonna be excited to see how things will go. As soon as we get things sorted out and underway, we'll get this match underway. But again, Loaded and Beef Stew Lovers playing in this best of 3. On the other side of the bracket is Amethyst and No Return. So No Return, a pretty interesting upset story here. The 12th seed in our event, making it all the way to the winners semifinals. We'll see if they can keep that run going, or if Amethyst, as expected, continue to push their way through every team they play against.
Indeed, certainly will be interesting to see. We'll see if Wisty can take the tide as take the title of the South American GOAT, or the Serenyx League GOAT, after the performance tonight. But looks like we got the teams in. Let's get this party started.
Yeah, let's get this. I love that. Let's get this party started absolutely here. As Loaded will take to the blue, Beef Stew Lovers are going to join the orange here. Tide and Skippy, both at rank X versus Jazz and Ty here. So a best of 3 matchup, and action begins now.
See, already an early kickoff, and the kind of directions that both teams taking. See, a lot of times people choosing to send it to the back corner, but didn't really see that too much off of the initial kickoff, as both teams just trying to get a feeler out. Game 1, always a feeler. We'll see what strategies these two will implement. Already a slow play from Ty, but who stays tied at 0?
Yeah, it's mentioned a lot of times that EU teams love to play fast, love to play in your face. It's interesting to see that the Beef Stew Lovers, again, both from Europe, are actually taking a more slow-based playstyle. They're not rushing the play, they're not trying to play fast to this North American team. They're just taking it slow and staying a very methodical, very measured playstyle as they're putting some pressure here on Skippy and Ty. Infield pass to Ty, off the back wall, second touch. Surely this was in, and it will be goal 1 for the Beef Stew Lovers.
Awesome patience from Ty, and a great pass from Jazz there. Just panic coming out there, and he's able to slide it in, showing off the beautiful Death Star goal explosion. That's already a lead for the Beef Stew Lovers.
It is the Europeans with the early lead here, as again this North American team has had issues already in this bracket. They do not want to have any tougher matches to go through, but Jazz to the back wall, got to leave things in front, but Tide will clear it away. Ty jumps in, but Tide will win it, and this will go to the back corner. Race to the ball is Skippy, first to it, trying to go to the back corner, trying to put some pressure on, but the touch won't be there. Tide can't put it in, as Ty was waiting for it, and the Beef Stew Lovers will get rid of it once more. The pace has picked up a lot here in EndlessDolphins. These teams playing a lot faster, a lot more aggressive. I'm sure another goal is soon to follow.
For sure. You just see the way that they're building on their offense. Loaded, starting to get a lot more comfortable. Skippy is going off the ceiling, looking for the shot. It's not going to happen. But the confidence is starting to come through. Infield pass coming out. Bar down. Great save by Tide.
Yeah, and a great block there. Oh, and another chance. It's going to go in. Ty has it. The Beef Stew Lovers have gone to the infield pass once more. And what we're seeing here is that solo plays may not work against Loaded, but those passes absolutely will.
Indeed, and how do you beat a good individual team? Just like in any sport, the ball always moves faster than the players. Pass it, and surely you will beat out that defense. And you see that the Beastie Lovers are using that to great effect as Tide says, nah, we got the solo plays, we don't need to pass.
It wasn't really solo here, as you saw Skippy get in the way. He sent he sent Jazz to the back wall, sent him actually up the back wall, meaning he can't take a low challenge, can't position himself correctly, and that leaves Tide all that room to challenge under the last defender. Loaded with their first of the night here, as a little bit of teamwork in process as Tide and Skippy will go for it again, and they'll score again. They tried to rush the challenge, but Loaded knew better, and Tide with a second goal.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. The early challenge from Tide just isn't enough. It's not fast enough. And the patience, you might want to see a bit more of that from Beastie Lovers because it's been working so far. And that the aggressive game is definitely going to favor Loaded.
They're going to need to bring a lot more of that one as a high flick. Tide with open room once more, but Jazz will be waiting for this one as a back pass. Skippy being chased down will go to the back wall. Tide can go, but Jazz will meet him here. Skippy has room. The player for 135 Esports. Flip reset to the top right corner. Will be saved away as Tide will keep control. And Tide will keep it out here as Skippy taken out. Tide once more in the room. He's going to get a bump there on Tide, trying to get a piece of the action, but won't be able to connect, and Loaded will escape the danger as they go for a high press. That doesn't work so well. Now it's Jones on Tide. Now it's open room. The net is there, but Jazz will be back in time. Skippy with a follow-up, not in time, and will once again go back to control.
And you see the coordination from Beastie Lovers definitely fighting as a team. A lot more solo plays, a lot more high-flying plays. That Skippy looking for the double tap. It's not going to happen just quite yet. You see just the classic twos positioning coming out from Loaded. Just what you'd expect from your average American ranked session. And it's almost like they just look so comfortable right now. Now that they've gotten those first two goals.
Yeah, they time before they get one, and they will do just that. Tide once again puts it in. A hat trick here as Skippy leaves this one to him. And from that close to the net, you should not expect anyone to miss. Nonetheless, a player as good as Tide is.
Indeed, absolutely just great give and go. Nice little two-man game from the players on Loaded. As Tide looking for one more. He is going to get it off the physical play. I mean, hey, the defender can't save it if he's not there. And the Loaded will double up their lead.
And they've been winning a couple kickoffs here. They've had a couple goals off the set pieces. So Loaded really taking full advantage of the fact that this Beastie Lovers team is playing a very aggressive kickoff, and they have not exactly won the kickoff very often. As Ty staying back a little bit further, now Skippy will go, and it's going to be another one here. Oh, he missed the chance. Oh, it's still gone in. Ty missed it, and Skippy with his first, Loaded with a free goal advantage.
Really, you must feel like Ty must have panicked there. He had some opportunity to wrap around the ball, maybe hit to the side, but just with that impending flip reset from Skippy, just felt there was no other option to just get some form of touch on it. And unfortunately, it's the shot that goes in his own net. 3 goals in favor of Loaded. Certainly a dominant game start.
Started off that well. They started off quite slow, but as the pace picked up, the individual talent of Loaded is definitely showing as Skippy. Flip reset. Still going is Skippy. Ty bumped out of the way. Will keep it to the back wall as Tide waits. One-on-one play, but Loaded at this point. Now they're trying to slow the play down once again. We started off this game slow. It picked up, and now they're trying to slow it once more. Let the time tick away and let game one end with them in the lead as a play in field. Jazz, one touch saved away as 2 go for Loaded, but again, slowing the play down, taking a lot more challenges, taking an approach where this Beastie Lovers team has to play aggressive, has to attack them, and they just can't do that.
Indeed. If you're a Beastie Lovers fan, you almost kind of want to see them bust out with more mechanical plays, but Loaded have been absolutely relentless on the early challenges. We saw Ty try to go for an air dribble, but Skippy was immediately on him. And yeah, I just wonder, what can they do to just buy themselves some space, get themselves some time with the ball, and actually make a play as Tide was able to force that one through. And just Loaded just have all the control. A very different story from how the game started. But that's where we find ourselves now.
Back corner will go the Beastie Lovers, but at this point, time will not matter for them here. 3 goals, an insurmountable comeback at this point, so that means Loaded will be taking game 1 here, but the Beef Stew Lovers trying to find one more late. It will be cleared back and to the floor. That ends game 1. Loaded are the winners here, and they're now 1 game away from a spot in the winners finals.
A fantastic game 1, a great view of how to adapt to your opponent. We saw Beef Stew Lovers start off hot, great patience, just trying to pick apart, being very methodical about it. But hey, if you can just brute force your way, go fast enough, then surely everything else will fall in line, and eventually forcing them to make more mistakes. Loaded truly did bounce back, and all the cards are loaded in their favor right now.
Yeah, it absolutely is, but one of the things that we saw in this game that really did determine the offense was how well you can pass to your teammates here, and we saw early glimpses of that passing style here from the Beef Stew Lovers, but it was Loaded who really won out in teamwork by the end of it, off the kickoff especially. Skippy and Tide, whoever was going for the kickoff immediately, if they won that kickoff, we're going for the bump on the last player, so expect more of that here from Loaded after what we saw in game 1.
We'll see what Jazz has got. See how adjustments they make. I'm sure there's plenty of discussion about how to adapt. Only time will tell.
Yeah, only time will tell here, as Jazz first to it. Tide will clear it away, and EndlessDolphins, we've talked a lot about the, passing plays at this point. How do you think this passing play needs to evolve for Beef Stew Lovers? Because we saw in game 1, they got outplayed by the passes. Is that just is that simply a matter of their defense, or do you think that the passing that they did on offense needs to evolve, needs to change in some way?
I think they definitely need to slightly adjust their passes, but also how they're covering passes. We saw them mostly getting burned by some of the aerial passes from Loaded, whereas they're preferring lower infield passes, almost like a 3 style pass, which has been working, but we know that passing in 2v2 has got to take a different form, as Tide says, hey, shift the topic back to us real quick. I'm going to score 1 real quick. It's a bit of an overcommit from Jazz, gets bumped. Nothing much he can do about that one. Loaded, taking another lead.
He was racing back too, but yeah, good job from Skippy to recognize that there really is only one player there, and he's not going to get to the ball, but his teammate can, and his teammate's right behind him, so leaves that one for the open, as now another kickoff 1. Jazz will cut in the way here, so a rare moment where we see Beef Stew Lovers challenge early up the kickoff, and it does work here, but again, they have had so many issues off the kickoff. They just have not been able to win, early possession, and when you don't win early possession, that first offensive attack is against you, and so often we see it go in as Skippy. That was wide open for him. It's off the bar and out, and Beef Stew Lovers may have gotten away with one. Another chance. Skippy with the dribble. Takes it on Tide. Now we'll bump out Jazz, but Tide waiting back, and Beef Stew Lovers should have been scored on in that chance, but it will be cleared away, and they'll have some time to make things happen.
The crossbar absolutely saving Beef Stew Lovers there. They get away with murder just a little bit, but can they continue it? As you were saying, a great point about their kickoffs. Possession is a super vital thing, especially in any sport. Rocket League is no different, as they're looking for another passing play. And it's the difference between possession. We've seen Loaded have plenty more time with the ball compared to Beef Stew Lovers, and it has to do with that the infield plays, how often they're choosing to pass it, as well as when they're choosing to pass it, and even how they manage boost. We've seen plenty of Loaded boost steals, but how are Beef Stew Lovers controlling the boost? How are they planning on 0 boost? You see Jazz trying to stay in, even with 0 boost, and they just get bitten for it.
Yeah, they're playing so aggressively at this point, trying to do anything they can to take that ball away, but Loaded, again, as you said, are winning boost control. Even when the boost is stolen, they still have enough to make these challenges happen. And Beef Stew Lovers are getting burned for playing just up too high and up too risky. Half the game left to go, but Loaded really turning on the pressure, really turning on that momentum. And Beef Stew Lovers, who felt like they had a chance in game 1, have had none here in game 2.
The Loaded showing why they are a top dog right now with a fake. Oh my gosh. Somebody get an ambulance.
Yeah, that is some broken axles on the field here as Jazz got taken out by Skippy. Tide will just let this one roll on in. And a third for Loaded as Beef Stew Lovers feel like they're losing the grip on this series, losing the grip on the matchup here. The fortunate thing for them is if they lose the series, they still have a lower bracket to play through, but Loaded, we said it, are one of our top teams here tonight, one of our top 2 teams here tonight, and are absolutely proving why they deserve that mention here as Skippy Off the zone, back wall will take out Ty. Is Tide actually a bit slow to this one. Ty's got a double tap, and he's not missing from there. Beef Stew lovers, if they have any hope for a comeback, now's the chance to get it started.
This is what you call a big time play. Ty stepping up, fighting through some contact. She says, I don't care, I'm getting up and I'm going back down. Beef Stew lovers on the board, and could it be a comeback? You know, this is a must win for them, or is Loaded just too much for right now?
Skippy has room as Tide's waiting on the other side of the field. This might be a cross-field pass as he's going to go himself. Flip reset, pulls the players towards him. Back wall, though he couldn't get the second touch. In goes Tide. Skippy has it left to him to the back wall. He's got open room. Flip reset, lifts in front. There's nobody left with boost. It's rolling there. Tide off the bar still, but it's cleared away by Ty. And Beef Stew lovers, how on earth did they escape that one? Now they go the other way. Flip reset, blocked by Skippy. And this one will be left in the midfield waiting. Jazz, Tide wins it. It was a 3-1 lead. Skippy and Tide trying to end this game. A double tap attempt. Left for Tide. That's off the post and in. A fake play puts both players out of position, and Tide does the rest.
The post giveth and the post taketh away. What could have been a 3-2 game turns into a 4-1 game, both from saves from the crossbar and a little post and in. Loaded are just absolutely cruising. Once again, they look so comfortable. Skippy with the solo plays. Tide even pre-jumping his teammate there. Oh my goodness, they are feeling confident. And confidence is a dangerous thing.
Yeah, with a minute to go here, I think we can see every reason why they should feel confident at this point. From a somewhat close start to game one, they have just gotten better and better as the time's gone on, as Ty and the Beef Stew lovers desperate for any good news at the end of game two, but Skippy and Tide give them nothing. Now it's Jazz, maybe a chance to shoot. Double tap. Oh, it's bouncing in front. It will roll on in. A second for the Beef Stew lovers, and with 36 seconds left, there is still hope.
I'll say it once and I've said it again. The crossbar giveth and the crossbar taketh away. This time Beef Stew lovers on the beneficiary side of the crossbar touch, and they had to work for it, but it's still technically winnable as long as they don't lose hope and they play smart. Might just have a chance, but it's just not enough on that play.
Oh, that's a great fake play. Jazz is gonna take this one, and you saw it from a mile away. Ty never was going to shoot that one, and he knew if he just waited long enough, Jazz could jump in and take it. 23 seconds, and the give and go works beautifully.
This is exactly what you want to see from the Beef Stew lovers. More aerial passing plays, fake plays have worked so well in modern Rocket League, and that is more of the passing plays you want to see in 2v2, because those lower passes are a lot harder to get past a defense, especially a competent defense like Loaded. But it's crunch time for them. They only got 10 seconds left. What can they do?
This one as well. Ty. Oh, it's a pie. Tide's lifted. It's open. Jazz takes it. 0 seconds on the clock.
What a way to get a hat trick. Jazz, he's been cool all night, but he's turning up now. And we go to overtime.
One goal to win this game, maybe to win this series. It was a 4-1 lead for Loaded with a minute left on the clock. Now they're playing from behind. Now they're playing on the back foot. Tide saves. Skippy one-on-one with Ty. Gets around him. Jazz will be back in time, but will he get the challenge? No, he won't. It rolls right under. 12 seconds in, and it will be Loaded with a 2-0 sweep.
Absolute ice in the veins of Skippy. Great flip reset, great fake. And that's all she wrote for Beef Stew lovers. Well played. And it was great having you. But congratulations to Loaded. They'll move on. And it looks like they're facing Amethyst in the winners final.
As we predicted, Amethyst was going to run through this upper bracket, and they did just that. A 2-0 sweep over no return. So the South Americans on the other side of the bracket, including our previous winner in our 1v1 gauntlet, are going to be up next. That's the matchup that this Loaded team was preparing for all night. So they're going to have a tough time. They're going to have a tough matchup. But the benefit is they've gotten there off a 2-0 sweep, and they look pretty comfortable. If they can get things going and started early, they could have a very, very good chance. It's going to be a close match no matter what happens here. And of course, all these teams are not fighting for nothing. There's a $100 prize pool up for grabs for the teams that make it to the grand finals, given to us and sponsored by our friends at Future Form Design Labs, where everyday ideas are turned into captivating visuals that speak to everyone, because great design belongs to all. So, Endless Dolphins, we're going to be going to a break, and to all of you out there, we're going to be going to a break. When we come back, our best of 5 in the winners finals. It is Loaded versus Amethyst, the South America's best versus the team that we just saw 2-0 sweep. We'll be back after this quick break. Welcome back to the Serenyx League 2v2 Blitz number 4. This is the winners finals at this point, so we've got a little bit more action, and we've got a best of 5 on our hands now. As expected, Amethyst making the run to the upper bracket, as is Loaded, who we just saw in a 2-0 sweep. Both these teams swept their matches in the winners semifinals, and Amethyst are an RLCS team as well. Wisty and Sadness. Not only has Wisty won our 1v1 gauntlet from last weekend, but Wisty and Sadness both also just made top 6 in the most recent RLCS South America event. So these guys, pretty solid. They're the real deal here. And for Tide, and for Tide and Skippy, if there's any team they're going to be worried about, it's going to be this one, because these guys, they're good. There's good, and I can tell you, Wisty and Sadness are better than just good.
Oh yeah, they have proven track records for success, and a dangerous thing, they have chemistry as well. We've seen how Loaded behaved when they had a team with great chemistry. With all the passes coming out from Beef Stew lovers, they were able to take them down, but that does show that they can be a bit vulnerable to those passing plays, and a team with great chemistry like Wisty and Sadness have, that very well could become a problem for them.
Yeah, very well could be, but we'll see about that. I mean, if there's anything about chemistry, it's going to be Wisty and it's going to be Sadness, and not only that, but South America is known for being very mechanical, so, and these players are definitely part of that mechanical group, so expect a lot of fun action here. So we're going to go into our best of 5. Wisty and Sadness of Amethyst on one side, on the other is Loaded. Loaded's on the blue, Amethyst on the orange, and again, a best of 5 matchup here. So that means instead of winning 2, you got to win 3 to go to the grand finals, but whoever does, not only do they go to the grand finals, but they go to the grand finals with a 1-game advantage, so there's a lot to play for here. And I'm sure for both these teams, they'd love to have a little break in the action and an advantage in the last match of the night.
Oh yeah, and it's going to be a lot more comforting knowing that it's a best of 5 as well. The best of 3 is certainly catching some teams off guard. Not too many room for mistakes, but best of 5, just a little extra time to adjust, as it looks like it might be a goal. No, it's not. I wish they can't quite make it happen. But just that little extra safety net can make all the difference for a team that is really struggling for the adaptation to their opponents.
You can tell already, Wisty and Sadness, when I get things started here, again, these guys are very mechanical, very fast. They're not going to exactly be ones that are going to let Skippy and Tide have room, and you can tell that already. Suffocating them on the backfield as Tide doesn't have boost, and neither really does Skippy. They're going to have to conserve as best they can with the time they have. Cleared away. Tide, oh, that's going to go right over Wisty, and in the back of the open net, Amethyst slow to respond for the first time this game. It really felt like they slowed down, hesitated, and that's exactly when Loaded struck.
Just a lack of deep rotation from Sadness. That is certainly could have rotated a bit deeper and been there for the shot, but I'm sure he had full confidence in Wisty to make the play and get the beat on, which, I mean, makes sense. Wisty's a pretty darn fast dude, but just a little burst of speed from Loaded, and that's all it takes to get the first goal.
And not only, but Wisty and Sadness and Skippy, all very, very high ranked 1v1 players as well, so expect to see a lot of that individual talent show here as Tide pushed out the way. Oh, but he's also taking one on Wisty. Skippy's got room, and he's going to go for the back of the net, and he'll hit the back of the net. Amethyst on a bump play in the midfield. Tide, not only did he catch Wisty off guard, he got Sadness off guard, and he was not going to get there fast enough.
You love to see the physical plays. Physical play can be the great equalizer in Rocket League. Doesn't matter if you have low boost, just remove the defender. Simple as that. You see that coming out from Loaded, as though that might just be off. Unfortunately, it's off the bar for them. Then with the follow-up shot. Oh my goodness, they're absolutely braiding the bar now.
The crossbar's crying at this point as Sadness will be blocked by a Tide. And yeah, he's at the bar just a little bit outside here, but the first good chance here for Wisty and Sadness. Still a very slow start for these two, and it really felt like they haven't had a lot of really high-level competition today. So I think that part of the reason why they are not able to really keep up with Sadness and with Skippy and Tide right now is because they haven't really met competition like them tonight.
Indeed. There's certainly something to be said about the warm-up, but as the game goes on, as we saw Sadness able to get that one through, they're certainly going to adapt and pick up the pace just a little bit.
Yeah, they're not going to slow down. They're not going to slow down. Amethysts are way too good to, have games where they don't get goals. It's really going to come down to that, to when both these teams warm up, who's going to be able to really take control of that midfield, take control of that boost. Because both these teams, they want to play high up in the air. They want to play using that boost and controlling it. So it's going to come down to who can control the boost the best here. As Sadness trying to get one. He does get under Tide here, but Skippy will get the block and Tide will get the clear. Sadness a bit slow back as he will get a light touch. Tide still with it, but in comes Wisty. Skippy blocks this one away. Will go to his back corner as Tide will follow suit, but Amethyst keeping that possession, although they did clear it away here. And now it's open room, Loaded to the back wall, but Sadness will not let them have a chance. And now the other way goes the South Americans, as Wisty's got open room, and he's not going to miss this one. Loaded pushed up high, didn't have faith in Wisty's shot, and Wisty will prove why that's a bad idea.
Indeed, you can't just overcommit like that. Pushed up just a little too hot. And just like that, Wisty, plenty fast enough. He's able to get it through. We're tied at 2. With just over 2 minutes to go. Let's see, can Amethyst keep up the heat and take the lead, or will Loaded find some way to get some lasting offense against him?
Yeah, that's now 2 goals straight against Loaded as well. So once again, they got to face that, you know, threat that their lead may not be a lead much longer, as Sadness to Wisty. That's to the front post, and that's a massive clear down to the other side of the field. Sadness won't have the boost to go for this, and that means Skippy with a free shot. But it will be kept away. Now Wisty's trying to catch one on Tide, but Tide knows better than to let them have a free chance there, as he'll challenge in. Wisty wins it. Tide bumped out of the way, so it's 1v1, but Skippy will go early and give his team time. Sadness resets to the goal! Saved away by Skippy, and Wisty will be the next to go.
Big man Skippy stepping up where it counted the most, and we'll see if those crucial saves are just enough to bring game number 1 home as he goes and saves another one. You see just the difference in positioning. Amethyst are very willing to play up close and personal. They have so much trust in each other, so much speed that they can almost position side by side, and it still works out for them. Quite incredible to see.
It absolutely is. It's one of those things where you expect these players to be in the right position at all times, and they are going to be in the right position at all times. Now, Skippy, that's a great block from Wisty, just delaying his jump just long enough, but he's going to have to make another block here as that one goes by, but Wisty will keep it. Flicked. Skippy, oh, he spit slow there, and Wisty caught him as well. It was a light flick from Wisty. Knew that Skippy was in a bad position to turn around there, and gave himself the opportunity to really exploit the bad positioning from Skippy.
Really unfortunate for Skippy. He started to set up the shadow defense, couldn't quite get in position, and it was a bit awkward. And Wisty took full advantage of it, just pops it right on over him. Just like that, Amethyst have come back and converted to a lead, and it now would be a 2-goal lead. Wisty with a hat trick.
Another one in here as Wisty gets that demo as well, just to make things even better for himself. Skippy will not be able to respawn fast enough, so Amethyst, as I said it, after dropping the first 2 goals, have brought everything back here in game 1, and now you can really see why that pressure really works. But off the kickoff, Skippy and Tide have seen success there already, so a goal for Tide, 1 goal back in it, 1 away from tying it. And again, the kickoffs have worked for Loaded, and I expect them to continue that way.
Indeed, we saw it with their last game against Beast 2 Lovers, how dominant they can be on kickoffs, and kickoff strats seem to be all the rage in Rocket League these days. We've seen K-Corp coming out with innovative kickoffs, and I'm sure Johnny Boy would love all the talks about kickoffs. And we'll see if Loaded come in with some more creative kickoffs, or if Amethyst can find some way to neutralize.
Flip reset. Skippy, they need one late here, and he'll force out Wisty. Tide, second touch. Sadness can't really get an easy one on this, but we'll clear it away. And Skippy demoed, and that will end game 1. Amethyst keep the pressure high even to the last seconds, and it is the Brazilians who take game 1. Wisty and Sadness got the job done after dropping the first 2 goals, and as expected, again, it's going to be very tough for Skippy and Tide to keep up here with the pace that Sadness and Wisty can go with, but honestly, they kept things close. 7 shots for them is not bad, considering that a lot of their chances were rather close.
Indeed. Well played by Loaded, for sure. They started off super hot, but the speed from Sadness and Wisty, absolutely just incredible. It'd be interesting to see what changes they make, and specifically in the boost department. They've been susceptible to a bit of counterattacks here and there, and with the just outright speed of Amethyst, see if they can make some adjustments and maybe grab some more pads, or maybe not push up when they're on low boost and avoid some of those counterattacks. Keep things a bit more interesting for the entirety of the game.
They said as well, keep things in. And not only that, but reminder, because this is a tournament that's located in North America, Sadness and Wisty are playing on 140 ping. They are playing at 140 ping each, so
It's incredible.
Ping's not really helping these guys. The benefit is they probably are used to this ping, or at this point playing, because a lot of South American players do play in North America for their ranked matches, but even then, that's a huge disadvantage, and yet they're still playing so fast, as aggressive as usual. They still need to win a few more here in this best-of-5 matchup as Skippy. That's a great use of a flip reset, but it will be wide of the net, and Wisty was there anyway, so it will be blocked as Loaded really trying to make things aggressive early as Tide across to Skippy. Can't get the shot on. And Amethyst, while they are running on very low boost, are just letting this play tick away as a demo for Sadness will open up the backfield.
It's so great that you mentioned the ping, because when you're on high ping, the worst thing you can be is be passive. And it makes sense why Amethyst is so fast, so aggressive, because when you're the one on the ball, you don't have to worry about ping as much. After all, like, it's not going anywhere. The ball is directly controlled by you. And so if Amethyst wants to stay in it and continue winning, they're gonna need to not give Skippy space just like that, as he's gonna 50 that one home. And Loaded have a lead.
Yeah, and he went directly at Wisty too for that dribble, just again to force the fact that if he's right behind Wisty, Wisty can't challenge because the ball's right behind him. If you're defending a net, the last place you want to see someone take a flick or take a dribble is behind you, because you can't challenge in that position. So for Skippy there, he made his mind up rather quickly on what he was going to do, and he went straight at that last defender, knowing that they can't challenge him. That means he can go for that 50-50, for that dribble play without too much concern, as he's going to go for a little pogo play off the ground. Will not find success there as a 2v1 the other way. Wisty, oh, what a challenge! Skippy just destroyed him there, and it's a second for Loaded. Skippy giving Amethyst no chance to breathe.
Skippy is absolutely motivated. He took game number 1 personally, and he's already put in 2, and he is looking like a whole different animal. See if that aggression will continue, and if he can outspeed the speedsters from Brazil.
Sadness will get a piece of this one as Wisty just doesn't have to boost a challenge, will go through, and that is wide open for him. He will get blocked by Tide as the first shot hit off the post. Now he takes out Skippy, and there's no one back. Sadness will take it as Amethyst went all in on the bully ball, and it worked out beautifully.
Absolute chaos from the bump to the respawn. Some might say it's a lucky respawn from Skippy, some might say it's an unlucky one, but it's neither here nor there. Amethyst handled it well, and they're on the board.
Said as well, Skippy, that was a bad place to spawn from, because the bump plays was already coming through as Wisty again another chance on, but will not get the bump here. Sadness will not let Skippy have room. He might have a bit of PTSD from that last dribble goal he had earlier in this game. As in comes Wisty. That was a bit of an overcommit here from Loaded. I'm surprised Wisty didn't shoot that one, but will instead be forced back as he's going to be taken out of the play here, and it is Loaded who keep possession with 3 minutes to go. Sadness and Wisty not afraid to challenge, but Skippy in the air. This is where he likes to be, as he'll find Tide, and he'll find the back of the nets. 3-1 for Loaded.
Once I saw that overcommit from Wisty early on, I knew that was just setting things in motion, and it all comes back. Just one decision, that's all it takes, and your opponents can strike back. Excellent execution on the 2-man play from Loaded. We'll see if we can see more of that, and they can hold on to this lead. Or Amethyst find a way through. They've been very surgical in their strikes so far, but they're just struggling for opportunities in this game.
Struggling for boost. They don't always have a lot of boost here, but Sadness had full boost there, and then they rocket to the top right corner. No chance to block that one.
Pop shot at Salada from Sadness. The second he gets a full tank, he says, better watch out for the corners. And he's able to put that one straight through. Still a 1-goal game, anyone can get it.
And there's still half the time left to go here, so Amethyst, we saw them, they really picked up the pace in the last half of game 1, so they might be looking to do that once again here, but they left that open. Oh, and Skippy, you would like another chance of that one. Tide hits it wide, and man, for Skippy, you have to think that goes in, as Wisty will go the other way. And man, Skippy's really going to be kicking himself, because that net was open for him, and it all comes back to bite him.
Absolutely. Just so focused on speed, it doesn't realize you take more time and just place it. The top right corner was certainly open, and then just an unfortunate jump, and expecting of a pre-jump. Well played by Amethyst to stay grounded there. But Skippy, I hope it doesn't get affected mental too much. He's able to keep up the good work. This game's still winnable for Loaded, but they need to keep their A game on.
To play as best as they can here, because again, by the second half of the game of game 1, they were already out of it here. It's a lot closer. They have a chance now. They can't give up as Skippy. Oh, it's a beautiful play to set things up, but he didn't have the boost to go. Tide will win the challenge, but will only be pinched out for Sadness. Skippy Trying to see if the challenge, they're not going to go for this. That means he's got room. What a save for Sadness. But Wisty is taken out of the play. Tide will score from high.
Clearly, they have a game plan, and it is working. Skippy bringing the earlier outplay, and Tide, just the garbage man cleaning up. And it is absolutely super effective. Loaded have the lead once again. And we'll see if Amethyst can find some counter to it, or they can just overwhelm it with just more offense.
Yeah, this game is nearing its end as well, so these teams have got to make everything matter at this point. Skippy taken out here. Demo will favor the defender in Sadness. As he's got to be careful of that first bump attempt. We'll get around that. Now Skippy might go for his own. Doesn't win the challenge. Sadness still with it. Still it is. Wisty can't get that one as the pinch was too fast for him. But Sadness goes again. That touch a bit too heavy. Skippy will choose not to go as Sadness trying to run laps around Loaded, but it will not work. And with a minute to go, Amethyst down by 1 in game 2 of this best of 5. Make that 2 as Tide hits the open net. Loaded are leading with very little time left for Amethyst to recover.
The clock favored Amethyst in game number 1, and right now it seems like their worst nightmare. But for Loaded, I'm sure this 51 seconds will feel like an eternity as they fight the onslaught from Amethyst.
Fake kickoff. Won't really go very far there. That touch was not strong enough for Sadness to capitalize on, and that means there'll be easily enough time for Loaded to be back. But an infield play. Sadness, he could not get one by Skippy. As, Wisty's been bumped out here. He'll stay on the play. As now he'll go for the dribble. The bump goes through. It's hit the back of the net. Amethyst rely on Wisty, and he gets the job done.
Some call it the unsavable shot. Just a nice little air dribble bump, one little tap for good measure. And Wisty does it all himself. And okay, if you can, why not go for it? Still 30 seconds remaining. Amethyst can certainly make it happen. They can at least send it to overtime. But Loaded would love to finish this one in regulation.
Matchup like this, you do not want to go down by 2 games. As Skippy to go in the top of the net. Amethyst gets sucked into the corner, and they did not escape. Wisty went for such an early challenge as well. I think if he stayed a little bit more grounded, that would have been a lot better for Amethyst.
Indeed, but it's tough when you're on that high ping. It creates this mentality of I gotta go, because I don't know what the ball is doing. And I can almost see it in the players from Amethyst. Moments where they probably should slow it down just a little bit. They just feel like they gotta go. They gotta get a touch on the ball. And it worked out game number 1. And it's coming back to bite them as Skippy doesn't even want to score it. He's gonna get one for the road. But absolute BM from Skippy.
I mean, Sadness has to challenge that one. They have so little time left, he has to go for it. So Loaded's playing into that mentality. They know that this game is over now. And that means we're in a tied series. Loaded have recovered well. 7-4. Quite the scoreline to end game 2 as this ball will hit the floor. It is Loaded who have recovered, and for Amethyst, as we said it, their really heavy challenge game does have its setbacks, and that setback is the fact that it's pretty easy to recognize that they're going all the time.
Indeed, and certainly the perfect counter that Loaded have come through. Skippy just being the one to just be up there and just relentless in his challenges, putting out great solo plays. And it'll be interesting to see if they stick with that strategy, or if maybe Tide will start doing some of that work as well. Only time will tell in game number 3.
Yeah, it is match point on the line now in this best of 5. So, reminder, the winner of this series goes to the grand finals with a game advantage. So, everybody here really wants that advantage, really wants to be in that grand finals. Not only to get a little break, but again, because in the very likely chance that these players play against each other again, you want every advantage you can get.
Indeed. And just like the mental uplift, knowing that you have to do a bracket reset, certainly not going to be a fun experience, especially if you're just like, man, my hands are tired, I just want to go home, I just want to get some sleep. But having to do a bracket reset is no problem. As Tide goes up high, nice little reset off the ceiling, tucks it in, and the top shelf, once again, it takes a pounding.
Yeah, you said as well here. It's going to be it's so tough to run in that lower bracket because it is so exhausting. The fortunate thing is, again, they're in the winter finals, so they would only have to be there for one match. But again, you don't want to have that disadvantage going into that grand finals here as Tide. The dribble. The flip reset. Stays to this one, but Wisty will make the challenge, and now he can beat out Skippy. He's got boost. Skippy's gotten chips on the way there, but will still take possession. And that felt like a great opportunity here for Amethyst to take one, but man, Skippy has just been so good on his own on defense. He has done whatever, he has done so well to always be in the play, always be a pain for Amethyst to deal with. And again, the Amethyst wants him to lose those challenges, but Skippy, he just isn't losing them, because even if he doesn't win the challenge, he is still there ready for a second one.
Indeed, Skippy focusing a lot on low 50s. He tries to breezy flank. It would have been pretty saucy if he got it. But then he's also got Tide in support. Tide giving him the space to work, letting him just kind of do his thing. Skippy's been an absolute rock star, whether it be on offense or on defense. He is putting in the work, and Tide is doing everything he can to enable him, making sure that there's always a presence on the field in case things go wrong.
Wisty, midfield. Ty will leave this one for Skippy as Sadness. He's staying very close into this play. Will force Skippy to give this one away, or at least he think he will, but this is still a chance. And Tide puts it in. Skippy, again, just doing all he can to do the work to make things happen, and Tide can clean up from there.
Tide, what did the top left do to you, man? It seems like you got a personal vendetta against it. He's gonna slot in a second for pretty much the exact same area, showing that training packs are paying off for him.
Yeah, they absolutely are. I mean, even then, those are some tough plays to make, but again, with the pressure on, these players will perform as Skippy, stopped by Wisty. Tide will rush into this one, but it's still cleared away as Sadness takes that challenge and will keep on moving, but it is still in front. Oh, that's a great bump as well. Wisty will put it in. It was pandemonium in front off the bump attempt, and Wisty came through.
Physical play from Sadness. Doesn't have much boost. Kind of an all or nothing play, but it pays off big time. Catches Tide off guard, not expecting to have to cover for his teammate, and he just can't get the touch. Amethyst still in it. They refuse to go away. They're constantly just nagging in the minds of Loaded.
And with time ticking away, with half the game still left, it's a 1-goal difference here, but you have to think that these teams are going to want to turn things around, change things a little bit for themselves, for the benefit here as Wisty, Tide, and Skippy gonna go for a redirect play, but he'll be left back instead as Sadness has space to work with. Tide can't challenge him here, so Sadness has room. Is Wisty in support, and he'll look for Wisty too. He got him perfectly, hit the nail on the head, and Wisty didn't have to do anything to let that one go in.
Indeed, we've seen how vulnerable Loaded can be to infield passing plays, and they finally come out. I was just about to say, like, I would love to see more passing plays coming out from Amethyst, and just as they could read my brainwaves, they connect. Wisty, the beneficiary of that one. Well done by Sadness, finding his teammate and getting him a snipe.
Infield play again, another very tough save there, but Wisty will be given credit for that one as another play to block out Tide. Skippy to the corner. This point for this side, they're just waiting for the opening, and it was right there for him too. Skippy takes one as I think Wisty and Sadness were caught asleep.
What type of black magic you working there, Skippy? How did he keep the ball? I don't even know. If I tried that, it would have been a pinch in my own net.
Well, there's a reason you're up here with me and not down there with them. Let's be honest about that.
Very true.
Skippy will keep controlling. You said it again. Maybe it's magic. Whatever it is, it's Skippy who is taking over in this series. There's no one that feels like they want this win more than he does right now. As now it's Tied a chance. We'll get by one. We'll get by two. It is a 2-goal lead reestablished. Tide's got a hat trick. Skippy will watch as his teammate now goes 1v2 and across the entire field.
You gotta think, is Amethyst so concerned about Skippy that they're trying to sleep on Tide a bit? It's a simple pop. Should have been easily saved, especially with the caliber of defense that we've seen from Amethyst. I wonder if they weren't expecting a Tide to be able to get such a shot. But Sadness wants to replicate. Not gonna happen just quite yet.
Oh, it's a great block from Tide as well, just in time to pinch this one away, but it is still offense here for Tide and Skippy of Loaded. Wisty to Sadness. Amethyst need a comeback, and they'll need one quickly as Wisty will have an open. Sadness is just bullying Tide. Tide didn't get bumped once. I think he got bumped 3 times in a row there, and there was just no chance for him to get back to that one.
Starting to notice a pattern. Every time that there's just one defender left, just remove him. And it's shown to be super effective for Amethyst. We saw the infield play, and now great Tide, great read on the fake. Saw how they just behave when there's one defender remaining. Skippy turned upfield, had full faith in Tide. And he may have plenty of faith, but Sadness wants to punish.
They definitely want to put something in here, but there's only a minute to go here, and they're going to have to play aggressive, well, maybe not that aggressive from Wisty, because Skippy's got an open net. Great job from Sadness to get in the way of that one, but Wisty will take the bump here as Sadness, oh, he's gotten around Skippy. Tide's going to respawn, though, so Sadness, he needs to use his options well. He'll try to bully his way through Tide, but it will not go through, and Skippy will take control. Sadness, race to the net, going, Tide! Got a piece of it, but it would not be enough. Sadness turned up the boost, and he cut Tide up too far.
It's an unfortunate touch from Skippy. I'm sure he was expecting a more aggressive turn. Caused him to essentially just hand the ball to Sadness, and from there, Tide's just on the back foot. Not too much he can do. We're tied at 4. And do we have a second overtime?
Yeah, we might have another overtime coming soon if this game stays this way, but it doesn't look like it will be easily, as Sadness with another one. He had no goals into the final minutes, and now he's had 2 in a span of like 10 seconds.
It must be winter in Brazil because Amethyst is absolutely icy with it. They're able to take the lead with just 24 seconds remaining. And with how good defense is, surely that could just be the one last goal that they need to take game number 3.
Oh, but time to go here. Loaded's gonna need to work quickly. Wisty and Sadness, oh, they didn't have the right idea there. Both of them thought the other was gonna take it, so it's room for Skippy, but he doesn't have the boost. Neither does Wisty, though, and he doesn't know that. Flip reset. Sadness will be there. Now another boost steal. Sadness doesn't have the clear. Skippy wins the challenge. One last chance. One last shot. And it is a second straight overtime.
Skippy, you've got to be doing something special with your car because there's no way you just have that mastery of the game like that. Controls when the boost will spawn. Controls the 50. Tucks it in to overtime. Is the only one that has more ice than the apparently wintry Brazilians.
My goodness, these guys are keeping things clutch here and keeping things close with match points for both these sides. It is overtime to decide it. The Brazilians with that momentum now from the last 2 goals, but they got to use it well as Wisty, first chance, will go off the back wall. Sadness could go, but he will not as Wisty actually fell on top of him here. That means he can't challenge. Skippy's got space, but it's a great early play for Sadness. And he'll be all alone just to clear this one away, give his team some time to recover. Tide, shot, top right, oh, that's just gone wide. Skippy will go again, flip resets, but he could not put it on. And Sadness will clear it away. That shot dinged off the crossbar. I have to think Wisty and Sadness saw their life flash before their eyes.
Crossbar's got to be the greatest defender of all time, and Amethyst are thanking their lucky stars. But still, can they maintain boost? Boost has just been forever a problem for Amethyst. See them on a bit lower boost right now. And I sure thought that surely was going to be a goal earlier because of the low boost situation. But this one might just go in, but it's the post that saved them before and denies them this time.
Yeah, man, the post and the crossbar are doing the work here for Loader. That's 2 straight chances that it feels like it should have gone in. Now Skippy doesn't have to clear. Tide will help him out, but Wisty hits that backwards, trying to send one up for Sadness. But Tide to Skippy, wide open, and that ends game 3. Loaded have taken it in overtime. Man, they just cannot lose in this position.
They are absolutely cool, calm, and collected. Great eyes from Tide to get the pass. And Loaded find themselves on match point.
One away from the grand finals here as Sadness, as soon as that game ended, immediately left. I think he's going for a car change. So Wisty and Sadness, they've had their moments, but obviously they have not played the way they wanted to. So I know that if there's anyone that's feeling that pressure, it's going to be Sadness. He's probably one of the highest ranked players in this lobby. And for this, for Amethyst, they're playing well, but obviously they just can't play clutch enough.
Indeed. I'd love to see Amethyst use each other a bit more. We saw the one passing play and a couple of bump plays, but definitely they're not passing as much as they could be, using each other in defense as well, especially with how Loaded has been taking away the boost from them. We gotta see what type of adjustments they'll make if they'll rely on each other a bit more, if they'll stick with that same aggressive positioning, or to find some other way to shut down Skippy, who apparently has got magnets on his car or something.
No, seriously, Skippy's been everywhere on the field. He's got 3 goals, 2 assists, and 2 saves. So Skippy's going to be the real problem here for Amethyst to deal with, because simply put, whenever Skippy's on the ball, things happen here for this loaded side. So they're 1 away now from a spot in the grand finals. Both these teams playing, and not only 1 away, but reminder, the loser of the series goes to that lower finals, and man, that's not going to be a fun place to be, because that lower finals is a best of 3. So it's not a very long matchup, and I'm sure if there's anyone that these teams know it, if you don't play well, you're gonna have to play in lowers, and you're gonna have to play quickly to prove that you deserve to stay in this bracket. So the pressure's on Amethyst now. They've had 2 straight overtimes that they could not win. In fact, on this stream tonight, it has been of the 3 overtimes we've seen of them play, Loaded have won every single one of them. So I think there's one thing on the mind right now for Amethyst, and that is don't go to overtime again.
Indeed. But in order to get past overtime, they need to get past regulation. But it seems like they're going to do just fine. That's the first time they have scored first in a game, I think. And Sadness going to tuck that one right into the... That's just a perfect placement. Placement Pete would be proud of you.
He would be. That's a great shot there. 34 seconds into this one. So Sadness putting Amethyst on the board in game number 4 with their upper bracket life on the line here as Skippy going for another one, and he's got it too, but that's a great save from Wisty. Follows him through and through. Still offense for Loaded, but Wisty's play will keep this game close as Skippy, double! Oh, he could not put it in. The angle was just not good enough. He'll go again off the corner, but this one he'll lose, and in fact, Tide, he'll not even go for this one. It will go all the way back to the blue half of the field, and Loaded will restart from their own back wall.
Indeed, a little bit of desperation, a solid bit of double commit. Both teams more than willing to show that they need to stay on the ball. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them too much. Wisty looking for, gets the reset. Not gonna be able to put it on target. But Skippy still doing the best he can, but those early shots leaving a little bit to be desired.
He is here as Loaded just need chances on net. They have just not had that many opportunities here as Skippy again with boost, one-on-one with Sadness, and Sadness has to go early. Skippy knows, flip reset to Tide, and it's beautifully made. Tide's had so many goals this tonight, but you can't deny every time he scores, it really does seem like it's Skippy who allows him to have these chances.
It's Skippy, just the maestro there, and Tide, I mean, he's just in the right place at the right time. He gets the credit for the goal, but Skippy gets credit as the playmaker. He's certainly going to try to set a record with how many assists he's got. But he's got quite a few goals as well. Showing that he's a dual threat, for sure.
Yeah, Skippy isn't just a pass-type player, he's a goal scorer. And not only that, but he's also getting some bumps here as he tries to take one on Wisty. Tide will get the flick, though, as Sadness. Skippy doing well to just play conservative there as it's an upfield pass. Sadness, surely that goes in, it will. Amethyst had all control there and Loaded. They went for boost and left the midfield open, and you can't do that. South America is known for speed, and Wisty and Sadness used it to perfection.
Indeed, just a well-orchestrated counterattack. Certainly coming from the experience of Amethyst, you know, they have plenty of RLCS experience. Sadness has been at RLCS majors, and so he's no stranger to recognizing a gap and making sure that he strikes in it.
You don't want to give these players that kind of opportunity and that room to use their speed, as Skippy will get by one. Oh, but Sadness, he's got his play. Flip reset. Tide went for the fake challenge, and he'll get just enough on it. Wisty with a follow-up, but that will be a bit too slow. And it will be Loaded again. Tide, he's going to take first push here as he'll get around Sadness. Still on the dribble, but Wisty wins the play. He'll go again as he'll let Sadness take over, but a bit of miscommunication. That bounced off Sadness's backside. And Amethyst will be very happy because that could have very much had been a goal had Loaded been willing to challenge earlier.
Indeed, definitely a pucker factor for the Amethyst players, and it's still not out of the woods just yet. But looks like the offense has started to slow down from Loaded. But they are certainly fighting, they are trying. And I'm sure there's probably a sigh of relief whenever Tide tries to initiate a play on the ball, as it's been Skippy who's been the main initiator, giving them plenty of problems. But that's a great shot from Tide, and he's still no slouch when it comes to solo plays.
Oh, you can't deny that the Tide's got some pretty good dribbles here this match. He's had a couple 1v2 plays where he's been able to just walk around the Amethyst side, but again, they're just trying to wait for an opening here. Maybe this is it, because here goes Skippy. He's going to force Sadness to go, and he'll stay with him. Boost taken. Sadness wins the challenge, but it goes right to Tide. He takes a flick. Wisty up in the air. Sadness back to Wisty. That's the side wall as Skippy jumping in. Sadness up over the net, and oh, that's a great play from Skippy. Gets the block. Tide will get the shot. Sadness. He won't need to save this one. I thought that shot should have been on target, but instead it will be wide. And well, Amethyst holding on. They don't have boost though, and now they don't even have their cars because Skippy can't put it in. Sadness will clear it away. Low boost for everybody here on Amethyst as Skippy leaves it for Tide. He's got boost again. The Sadness will clear, and Wisty is waiting. The pitch goes in. Wisty used the Skippy for that one, and Amethyst catching. Loaded pushing up too far.
You can almost feel the desperation from Loaded. I'm sure they can feel the clock starting to wind down, but they just don't need to take too many risks. And once again, it's another well-orchestrated counterattack. Wisty, cool, calm, and collected. Didn't have much boost, but he didn't need too much. Just a little bit of a doink, a little bit of a pinch with Skippy, and gets him the lead. And it will be another goal in favor of Amethyst.
5 here on Dolphins. 30 seconds left. It's going to be very tough to come back from a 3-goal deficit with so little time to go. Amethyst pushing for one more game in this series in this winners finals. So Loaded, if they're going to make any comeback happen, or they're going to send this to another overtime, now they're going to need to work fast. They're going to need to work efficiently. And I mean, I love comebacks, but I don't exactly like the chances that Loaded have here.
Indeed. You certainly want there to be more time on the clock, and surely with 15 seconds left, it's probably not going to happen. But we have seen some crazy comebacks, but not from 10 seconds remaining.
No,
Amethyst is surely going to take this game and bring it to Game 5.
You know, it is going to be Game 5 to end this series, so this best of 5 will go for one more. The grand finals awaits who can win this last game, as Amethyst, from dropping 2 straight games in overtime, have now been able to rally back in Game 4 and quite well as well. Skippy had 8 shots but could not score. The player who really has been making things happen tonight was completely out of the play for most of this game.
Indeed. Maybe Amethyst found a way to finally shut down Skippy. And as the main initiator of the Loaded offense, once Skippy is shut down, there's a bit less that they have in terms of offensive firepower. It'll be interesting to see if Skippy can find some way, or if Tide can start initiating just a bit more.
Yeah, we'll have
as
to
we
see
go into Game 5.
I agree with you as well. I would like to see Tide do more when it comes to starting the offensive players. I just don't think he has really had to do that much in this series. But yeah, you're right. He's going to have to do more because, simply put, this is a dual threat Loaded team. But if Tide's not able to be much of a threat, that leaves Skippy. And as we've seen, 2v1, Sadness and Wisty will be able to take down Skippy. It just is. If Tide can get involved, if he can bring the shooting that we know he can, this is, again, a matchup where either team can win. It just comes down to who can execute.
Indeed. Game number 5. If you would go off the overtime records, surely you expect Loaded to end this one with the ice, as they've handled pressure so many times with other overtimes. But does that same overtime pressure apply to Game 5s as well? You know, if they're cool, calm, and collected. Maybe it does. Skippy's gonna start the scoring off. He's cool, calm, and collected.
Well, and that's just a great play from Skippy, because he recognizes both Wisty and Sadness are racing back. They're not exactly in the right position to work things here, but just gets the flick right behind both of them. Amethyst recovering the near post. They were almost certain that Skippy was going to go there, but Skippy proved he has a bit more options than was initially taken for granted there. And, well, now it's a 1-0 lead for Loaded as Skippy looking for maybe another chance here. This time, though, he'll leave it for Sadness as Tide jumps in. Wisty waiting back as Sadness jumping up for this one. Amethyst, I think, again, just trying to find that as an open chance there. Will be taken, but Tide was ready for it. His shot was not good enough. Amethyst still on this one, but they'll need better opportunities as right now Loaded are raiding back with a lot of boost, and now a double commit. It's a wide open net for Tide, and he is not missing.
Desperation maybe starting to set in for Amethyst. But we still have 4 minutes left. It's a bit early to be sending the house like that. I definitely need to cool down, calm down, and just let the game come to them. We know how good that they are. They just don't need to overextend like that.
There's just miscommunication from Amethyst on offense. Clearly, two players who both thought they were the ones that should have gone for the play, and well, that means that the 4 minutes left. This is a bad start for the South Americans. Is Sadness. Will use his flip, not able to get one by Tide though, and Wisty, and he's not even close to play here. He's gonna have to jump in on this one without boost. He's taken out of the way. Tide to the near post. Sadness can't get anything, and Loaded with another.
You know, maybe we were onto something when we seen just how well Loaded has been playing in overtimes. Because when the stress goes up, they absolutely are thriving, and they have the most dominant start to a game that we've seen so far. And it's a 3-goal lead in favor of Loaded, and they're looking to add up to it.
Skippy stopped by Wisty as in comes Sadness, trying to clear this one away, but still it really feels like both these players are waiting as Sadness always waiting a bit too long there. And that's a goal for Tide too. Sadness was waiting for the boost, and Skippy from behind. Sadness never felt him.
Indeed, the boost has been such an integral part of this series, and it almost seems fitting that a goal would go in simply from waiting for the boost to spawn. You gotta get pads. That's why you can't choose boost over ball, kids.
In that position, he just never even thought that Skippy had a chance to challenge him. So it's a 4th straight goal for Loaded now in Game 5, and well, the time is, but there's 3 minutes left here, but you have to think at this point, time's going to start to become an issue very soon for Amethyst, because simply put, from this kind of a deficit, not only is it just enough to come back in general, but again, you need to have time be on your side here. Oh, they're going to get things started as well. A double commit from Wisty, from Tide and Skippy here, and that's an open net for Wisty. Amethyst will be given one for free.
Indeed. Someone tell Loaded that time favors them right now. They don't need to rush. They just need to hold the line. And in theory, even if they were to let in a goal a minute, their track record is pretty good. They should still win it.
Yeah, well, we'll see about that, obviously. They would like not to have that happen. I don't think they would have got up. Even though they've had a great record in overtime, I don't think they want to see that again. Especially with such a great lead this game early on. I mean, you don't often see teams score 4 goals straight against Sadness and Wisty of all people, so you have to use that advantage as well here as Wisty. It's a great starting chance, but Skippy's waiting for this one. He's got boost to work with. Sadness can't go as a second flip reset. Will be thrown to net, but Sadness was ready, and he'll stay on this one. The dribble, the demo, Wisty waiting. Tide will go, and this is to the back wall. Wisty can't go, but Skippy will, and it's cleared away as Amethyst trying to break their way through, but again, it's going to take time, it's going to take effort, and that's something that, they have one of that. They have the effort, the time's not in their favor.
Indeed. 2 minutes left. May seem like an eternity, but 3 goals now. And it seemed like an insurmountable mountain as once again, communication breakdown. And once again, a boost breakdown as well. But Loaded, as expected, aren't pressing the issue. They know that they have time. They just need to prevent Amethyst from scoring and make them take bad shots like that.
At this point, they have to forgo boost as well, because they have to challenge a lot of these plays earlier than they would want to. As Skippy, he's gonna take advantage of that, but they both jump in, and now Whiskey can take it away. He's got room. He's got an open net. Oh, it's a great save for Skippy. Sacrificed his life for that one. As Sadness will go again. Whiskey takes him out. It is Sadness for 2. And Amethyst, it took them a very long time to get that goal, but eventually they'll take it. They've got to work even faster now.
Many things you can say about this game, but over is not one of them. Amethyst showing that they are an unstoppable force. And surely it's only a matter of time before they get a goal. Question is, how many goals can they get before regulation ends? Will it be enough? Well, now they only need one more. It is super winnable. Sadness. I took that one in from the corner.
Yeah, but look at this from Misty. He took all he had there and went right for Tide. He ejected him from the back wall, left him no chance to recover. And now Amethyst off the kickoff with a third. 1 to go before overtime potential, and they're gonna get it here! It's a perfect kickoff, and Sadness has it!
Loaded's performances with leads need to be studied. We saw Beef Stew Lovers able to get that last second comeback to bring it to overtime. We've seen several comebacks from Amethyst already, and someone needs to teach them, please, when you have a lead, just button down the hatches.
Yeah, they have not done well when they have that a multi-goal advantage here, as now they'll go again off the back wall. Sadness always has a very aggressive challenge with no boost. Wisty jumping in, still no boost here for Amethyst, and yeah, they're not going to go for this one. It's tied. They don't need to take nearly as many risks at this point, as Skippy has made things happen. Gets by Wisty to the back wall, trying to find Tide. He will! And it's Skippy again. When this team needed him most, he showed up. Wisty and Sadness cannot stop him.
A very uncharacteristic miss from Sadness there. Just invites Tide in to tuck it into the bottom corner. And Loaded have a crucial lead that they so desperately needed. With just 45 seconds remaining. Comeback is still possible, but can Loaded truly just hold on, bring it down the hatches, and avoid overtime?
Goal. Sadness. Well, it's not going the right direction here. He better make sure he doesn't own goal this. That's going to be Skippy for another. Sadness, I don't mind the idea he had here, but that first touch, man, that needs to be a lot more powerful.
Indeed. You almost want to see if he could land on the backboard, and he'll have some more poise to use his flip to bounce it and clear it a bit out. And it's almost a semblance to a mistake you might see in Champ, where people just leaving the ball in front of the net, not expecting the opponents to press the issue. But Loaded have no problems with it getting up close and personal with the Amethyst players.
With this little time left. With this little time left now, they need to go again. Sadness, back wall. Skippy has the boost, just needs to let time tick away, and he will do just that. Game 5 is over, and it's Loaded going to the grand finals now off a huge victory. Amethyst sent to the lower brackets. They've got to play a best of 3 now to stay alive in this tournament.
Indeed. You could almost call it an upset. Many people have Amethyst the favorites to win this whole thing, but Loaded, hey, don't count them out just yet, showing that they are still a force to be reckoned with as they
Absolutely
take it in 5.
Yeah, it's a huge performance as well. So Loaded will win this one. That means Amethyst are sent to lowers to take on the good guys, who have made quite the run from lower bracket round 3. So they've had a couple wins here, good guys. They've been taking down the competition, including a win over the Beast Stew Lovers. So that roster of Sean B and Taha will be on stream next to see if they can take their chance against Amethyst. So we're going to go to a break. When we come back, lower bracket finals, to see who will be joining Loaded in the grand finals and in that $100 prize pool. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the Serenyx League 2v2 Blitz number 4. We are now in the losers finals, as it will be Amethyst, who just lost on a close game 5, to Loaded in the upper bracket, taking on a new team now on this stream here in lower finals. Team all the way from lower round 3 in the good guys. On the other side, Taha and Sean B will be looking to take down Wisty and Sadness once and for all, but Wisty Sadness, they want that rematch in the grand finals, and, well, the seeding definitely favors them.
Oh, yeah. You know, if my prediction is to remain true that some team is going to make the lower bracket round, then you might be looking for the good guys to maybe even win this and go on to face Loaded and really give them a bit of a problem. We saw that they gave them a problem earlier on in the tournament, but we'll see if they can. They got to get past Amethyst first if they want to have any chance to face off against them.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one here. They got to make sure that they make this, they make their work really worth it here. Well, let's get in this series. Why not? Here we've got everybody in the lobby, and we've got this match underway. This is a best of 3 though, so only 3 games maximum for these teams. Meaning, for Sanders and Wisty, who just came from a best of 5, this is a much shorter series. And for both these teams, elimination on the line here in the lower finals. Only the top 2 teams get a part of that prize pool, so if you lose here, your run's over. Taha and Sean B trying to send Wisty and Sadness out of the tournament for Wisty and Sadness. They just need to win 2 games, and they're back with a rematch against Loaded. They are on the orange here for Amethyst. The good guys will take to the blue.
Indeed, you got to think that this best of 3 format is going to favor the resilience. After all, the aggression is surely going to catch a lot of teams off guard. They might be catching themselves off guard there. That one almost managed to go in. Taha can't get the final shot, but with how aggressive and how fast they are, with so little time to adapt, that might just benefit Amethyst massively.
It's a great play from Sean, trying to get things started out here as Wisty will clear this one away. Sean stays with the play as the good guys will keep to the ball, and they've done very well to keep possession here. They really have not given Amethyst many real easy challenges to look at. Even Loaded had a lot of challenges taken away by Amethyst quite cleanly, but we've not seen that yet so far from the good guys, as Wisty won't have this one for free. Sadness will go forward. He's got Wisty as an option downfield. Wisty will go up to the sidewall. We'll leave the second touch. This is Sadness walking on in. Double commit from the good guys to get rid of this one. And a follow-up shot will find the nets. It's slow but sure, but Amethyst are getting it done.
Certainly exactly what you expected. Maybe not how you expected they'd get it, but low boost for Sean means that it's a nice, basically an open net. And Amethyst strike first. And I'm sure they'll be striking plenty more often as the series goes on.
As a good kickoff there will mean that the good guys will not actually get possession here, even though it's on their own side, as Wisty will try to leave this one, but Sean B took the boost, now has the ball. Flick upfield, we'll find Taha, but Sadness is waiting for it. And with this time and space, he'll get things down the field. To the corner goes Sadness. Sean B facing the wrong direction here. Taha taking out of the play. Wisty will be up next here as this Amethyst side again, much slower than they were in that last game. They aren't playing as fast. They aren't really playing as comfortably either. I still feel like they haven't really figured out what the good guys are trying to do yet.
Indeed. You saw that, like, Loaded very much wanted to try to match Amethyst's speed. Good guys going to be more than happy to just sit back and let things happen, but that's not working for them. Sadness able to strike there. And you can't just sit back and let Amethyst do their thing, because they will bump, demo, and just outplay you in any way. They're up by 2.
And they are a 2-goal lead now for Amethyst, and as expected, the good guys are going to have to really punch above their weight class here to get the job done, and Amethyst is taking them on here. Even if it might not be the Amethyst way of getting things done, they're still going to do what they need to do, and that is play to their strengths and play to the aggression that they know they can do, as Sean B. But the challenge will have both players from Amethyst jump in and take him down, as now he'll take the boost as well. Around the corner, Sadness will wait. Maybe a bit too long here. It is a chance for Taha, and that's going to go in. The first for the good guys halfway into game 1.
Good guys may not be a top-seeded team, but they are absolutely a threat. Great play from Sean, able to create some space. Similar to what we saw Loaded do with having one player go up and just make something happen on the ball and generate a gap. And it's Taha, the beneficiary, able to slot one in. Good guys are on the board.
Said as well here as a chance to go. Wisty. Taha will clear this one away. Wisty still with this one as he'll take to the skies. The dribble. Flip reset. Under, but not through the defense as it's another chance. Cheerleaders goes in. Oh, it's a great challenge on Taha. Sean B leaves it up high, but that's where Sadness wants it. He'll leave it for Wisty, and that's a 3-1 lead.
What do you even do about this? You have to respect the shot from Sadness. But by doing so, you make sure that Wisty is guaranteed. Basically have a free shot. Well played. A very intelligent play from Amethyst, showing that they don't need to just go fast. They can outsmart you on the goal line as well.
And they're really making sure that the fear of Sadness and Wisty, it kind of extends more and further than maybe just the way that they're playing here, because Taha and Shampi, when they're playing defense, you can tell they are scared of what these players can do, but on offense, they've got a lot more room, and they're making it count. Sean B and Taha, and I love what Taha does here. Not only does he go up, but he gets the bump, he just completely sits on top of Sadness, and that leaves Sean B with an open net.
It must be a Mario fan, the way he just Goomba stomps Sadness on the backboard. And it certainly works, as that one just barely is not going to be on target. But Amethyst, by showing that they're a bit vulnerable to kickoffs, it's all they're vulnerable to some great kickoffs from Loaded. Can Good Guys replicate some of that? Or will Amethyst figure something out? Or if they intentionally are just losing these kickoffs?
See, it's not intentional. They don't want to get scored on off the kickoffs, that's for sure here. As Taha, that's a huge whiff. It's a wide open chance for Wisty, but he doesn't have the boost for it. And Sean B will clear it away. One goal needed here as Taha, he'll find it on the left side. The Good Guys pounce, and Amethyst got too slow.
This is a feel-good type goal right here. After basically being bullied by Amethyst in the beginning of the game, Good Guys have not only bounced back, but they're building up momentum. And the rest of this game might be just in their favor if they can keep up this momentum and beat out Amethyst in game number 1.
He wins the challenge. It's without boost though, and that means Sean will go next off the back wall. He's got space, but Taha won't be there in time. Sadness will rush to the play. Sean B doesn't really have a great option here, as that's above the bar. Taha jumps in to help him out. Now it's played to Wisty. Back to Sadness. But it won't connect consistently there, and that means it's going to be plays for Good Guys now from here on out. Sean B jumping in, takes the demo. Sadness will rush the other way, and he's got a chance to go. Sean B over one, trying to get through the other, but it will be blocked. Sean. Wisty. Taha goes. Now go up is Sean. He's got to play all ahead of him here. He's got to get over Wisty. He'll do just that. Sadness and that boost, and it's a lead. Good Guys have come back from behind, and it's 1 goal up. 22 seconds left.
We've seen this before from Amethyst, but full trust in Wisty that Sadness had there, and they get burned for it. Great little outplay, and when one player is just, you just have that trust, and you just choose to remove yourself from the play. Sometimes I just need to beat one more.
Sean need to let this game end as soon as possible here with 10 seconds to go. They'll stay with the ball. And this is a dribble 50-50, but Amethyst can't catch up to it. Now they got to keep this one alive. Wisty, high play will be a push through Taha. Sadness doesn't have the boost here, but does have a play in front. He's forced out the play though, as Wisty will jump in to keep it alive. Sean to dribble to the floor. It is game 1 for the Good Guys. 1 away from a spot in the grand finals.
Absolute masterclass from the Good Guys. They adapted, and looks like the ping was very unfavorable for Sadness there. I saw him spike up to 200, and they were able to shut down that aggressive style. They started to fall prey to it in the beginning, but they adapted quite well, and they used each other in masterful fashion. We saw a great play from Sean B to Taha, and it's just enough to spark the confidence. And with Rocket League being such a mental game, all it takes is a confident goal, and you can change the entire course of a series.
Yeah, as you said as well, all it takes is one good goal to get yourself into a position here, and the Good Guys now with a chance to take the #1 seed out of the tournament. I mean, they came into this event as the 7th seed. They weren't exactly highly rated compared to a lot of the other competition, but they've absolutely proven themselves here, not only against Loaded with a 3-game series that they nearly won, but in the lower bracket run that they had to make afterwards. So now, and that run might continue even more as they just need to win one more here against Amethyst. It's going to be a tough run, though. This is the best of 3. Anything can happen, and comebacks are not uncommon, but with where they're standing, good guys have a chance to do the unthinkable.
Indeed. Let's see if our prediction will remain true, and that we'll see the good guys make the lower bracket run. And I'm sure everyone loves a bit of a Cinderella story.
Yeah, me too. I'd love good Cinderella stories, but even this one might be one that could be absolutely unthinkable, but I mean, hey, good guys, they're doing well to take full advantage. They don't have a lot of chances in these games. That's the thing I've noticed. They're not given that many opportunities, but boy, do they make them count. They know that they don't get many opportunities, that they are not going to win on pace. They're not going to win on the number of shots. So they're making sure that every shot they do have, it is one that will be tough to block for Amethyst. And again, Amethyst really is made to work here as Sean B wins that challenge. Taha to clear it away. A minute gone, not really much happening here as both teams kind of posturing in the midfield, but opportunities definitely brewing.
I really love the early interceptions of the shots, as that one's not going to come through. Wisty able to score first. But just as I was about to say, the good guys doing a great job of denying the initial shot, going for quick challenges, preventing clean looks at the net, but I can't stop that one. Amethyst find their way through.
Sean B left the back wall rather quickly there, and yet even then, still not fast enough. As it's now going to be a 2v1 here as Wisty with room, and Todd didn't actually get the boost on his first run there, and that means it's an open play for Sadness. Sean will win it over. Taha got bumped, still gets in the way. Wisty again bumped into the clear by Sean as Sadness has a little bit of boost to work with. A flip reset will fake this one to the floor, but Taha will be there. Wisty will have the challenge. It is still possession for Amethyst, but in comes Taha. The play will be won by the good guys, but not for long. It's the back wall. Sean whiffed on it. It's off the bar. Taha to clear. And Amethyst will stay on this one. They're keeping possession. They're keeping. They're calm, but they have not scored yet. Wisty bucked by Taha. And the good guys, my goodness, they're battling just to stay in this one.
They're fighting for every little bit of real estate, every single block. It's agonizing, but they're making it through so far, but the boost only running thinner and thinner. Amethyst continue their complex relationship with the crossbar. Sometimes it seems like them and the crossbar are good friends, and other times it's like they're sworn mortal enemies. And right now, they're looking like they're not close at all, as the good guys continue to fight for their first goal of this game.
They'll be in front of the net here. Sadness, that is an open play here. Where was the defense? The good guys left, and for a team that's played such good defense here in game 2, this really does surprise me.
Indeed, for a team that's realized they couldn't exactly beat Amethyst on speed, Sean tries to outspeed Sadness there, and unexpectedly he gets beat to the ball. We'll see if they adjust their plays, but you see they can't play from behind. We saw in game number 1. If they can do a bit more of that and find some ways to get some lasting beats, use each other, and play as a cohesive unit.
10 shots to 2 in favor of Amethyst. That's been how well they've been able to manage the boost and the midfield as a whole. For a good guys team that already has had very few, already knows they're coming into this, knowing they're not going to get that many chances to score. They aren't getting many chances to even shoot on the net here as Taha needs to take this dribble, will get pushed out the way. Sean B, low boost, can't get Wisty out of it. As Taha will jump in. Sadness blocks him here, and again, the good guys forced to just not have anything to work with on offense. They can't even get shots, and time is running out for them. Again, only 2 shots this game, and simply put, they have been playing the majority of this match on defense, and it has not changed. Amethyst reset for Wisty, in front for Sadness, but Sean B will deny that, and maybe Taha can get a chance on the field, but he doesn't have boost, and Sadness knows. He turns on this one. Wisty to score, and Amethyst, from losing game 1, have taken game 2 and have just ran away with it.
They just needed a warm-up game to deal with the shell shock of losing to Loaded, but they have come back with a vengeance. Game number 2, completely different pace. And they're playing smart, they're playing fast, and they are denying boost in a similar way that Loaded was denying them boost in their match.
Clear it away as now at this point just trying to find maybe some consolation goals at the end of game 2, but at this point they might even be happy with just consolation shots because they've had so little plays in front of that net. As another clear will be another goal. Sadness in off the post, and for the good guys, the good momentum, the steam that they had, they're losing it because the momentum is gone, and Amethyst from here on out really do feel like they're letting their skill take over.
Indeed, it's like a snowball that's rolling down the hill. Every goal that Amethyst gets, they simply just get stronger and stronger. And you can see their confidence as they are now trying to do some passing plays. Misty almost reading that one off the backboard. But the snowball continues. The good guys need something to stop it. Get there, the snowmobile, get the snowblower.
Yeah, with time running out here. Again, can the good guys even get anything to go with here as John, oh, it's not a touch he was looking for, and Wisty at a double tap attempt, but Taha clears. Sadness walks on, and John stops moving as well. The good guys have definitely given up here in game 2. Amethyst, not only have they won this game, but my goodness, it is 5-0. This wasn't even close.
Indeed, this is what we call the go next zone. And that's certainly what's been going through the mind of the good guys. They want to just either chill for the last 60 seconds or figure out, hey, what's a strategy that we can use, maybe beat them in game number 3. But regardless, they're not winning this one. It's time to go next.
Another series that goes the distance here for Amethyst. They really have not been able to escape them. Back to these matches have been quite long, quite arduous, but this one will end here. The shots are, I believe, 17-2 here in favor of Amethyst in this matchup. It, again, wasn't very close at all, so for good guys, after how well they did in game 1, one of the big issues was that they had so few chances to shoot. They've now had practically none here in game 2, and, well, you gotta give credit to Amethyst, taking advantage of the major weakness that the good guys have shown them.
Indeed. The good guys need to go back to whatever was working in game number 1. They can't beat Amethyst in just outright speed and pace. Sadness and Wisty are far too fast, far too talented for that. I need to employ maybe a similar strategy that Loaded worked, or maybe some more infield passing plays. We only saw one of them, but we know that just setting and attacking together as a unit, having one person push up, get the outplay, get a bump, and the other person to put it in for the shot, it is an effective strategy that has worked against Amethyst. We'll see if they employ that a bit more.
As said as well, we'll see if they can get this job done here, because it's game 3 and it's the end of the series. Only the top 2 teams get a part of that prize pool, so you have to win here to get into that grand finals. Loaded are waiting. They play both these teams in the upper brackets, and I'm sure they'll be fine with either of them, but the match is here. Good guys trying to do the unthinkable, whereas for Amethyst, they're trying to complete that reverse sweep. Early chance saved by Taha, as off the corner it goes. Jumping in is Wisty, as he couldn't get the dunk on Sean B. Sadness to the corner. Has Wisty waiting, but will go himself, as this one waiting. Oh, it's a team bump here. Taha's not ready, and that's why Sean B, as a selfless act, just runs right into Wisty. Anything to not let the opponents have a shot.
Indeed. Just a bump for a bump. And if your teammate's getting bumped, why not just go ahead and bump the shooter from the other team? Certainly a case of what goes around comes around, but both teams definitely fighting for it. They're definitely showing that they want it, and they want it badly.
Goal is going to be in everybody's rosters. It's been so close this series, and it's been, well, not close, but I guess it's been so back and forth this whole entire matchup, that these teams, they need that first goal. They need that early momentum, that early knowledge that they are good enough to win this one. So, I mean, that's first goal. Everybody's taking it so seriously at this point, as Sadness has that flip reset. Taha clears it away. Wisty left on back, but he'll go, and he's got room to work. Reset. Sadness goes ahead. Sean B doesn't have boost. He's going to get to this one. It's in front of the net. Sadness couldn't score. He didn't have the angle, and it's pinched away. The good guys really got away with one there, because that had every marking to be a goal, and yet it wasn't.
I'm sure both Sadness and Wisty both want that one back. As the ball literally just sat right in front of there. And the post didn't have to do too much to save it, but still remained tied at 0.
A chance upfield for the good guys. Taha. It's a good bounce, but Sean B, he tried to get a little bit of a sneaky play there past Sadness. He'll get caught for that one. As Sadness, double tap! Oh, what a block for Sean B. He was very far behind that play. Just used everything he had to get there. Because in that position, Sadness is not missing. And they've got to do everything they can to block him. As now he'll go again. Off the corner. Keeps things grounded. Sean B, beat by Sadness. Taha, demoed! It is open! And Amethyst after half the game. Sadness off the bump from Wisty as an open backfield to look at.
Surely it was only a matter of time. We've seen so many close calls with Amethyst already. It just felt like the good guys were just surviving, not really thriving, not really getting too many opportunities to push back the other way. And too many times, plays were left them on 0 boost. Now infield passing play. Wisty, love a double. And I'm sure some of the fans would love to see a great double from Wisty. But not going to happen just quite yet. Might have to wait a bit longer for it.
So he's not going to leave one for Sadness at this point. They're only up by 1, though. This is far from over for both these teams. It's Sean and Taha both jumping in. Taha will go once more as Sean B has room, gets by Wisty, but he's bumped in the play here, so he can't really do much more than that. As Taha jumping in, Sadness, he's gonna get chased down, but it's Taha all alone. The big play, Sadness bit on it, and the good guys watch as the lead now shrinks. It is 1-1 tied.
Something that'll always work in the highest level of Rocket League is simply doing nothing. When you have so much skill from both teams, there's so much things you have to cover. Sometimes doing nothing is simply just the best play. Taha saying that, hey, let's not overcomplicate it. Nice little fake. And he's able to equalize in the also important game number 3.
But he's gonna have to make this play count here as he'll leave it for Sean B, but without boost, Sean B is gonna be forced to give this one away. 100 seconds left in game 3, a grand final spot against Loaded awaits the winner as Sadness. Sean B. Oh, he's not even going to touch on this one. Wisty to the back wall. Taha will leave it for Sean. Off the corner. Sean B. Still Sean B. Past 1 is Sean B. Sadness will take him out as Taha jumps in. But it's a light shot, a light effort. And Amethyst will see this one away. Sadness to the back corner. 1 minute to go here. And good guys at Amethyst. At this point, the next goal might be the one to win it.
Indeed, with how close they have been. And how cautious good guys have been. And 1 goal is really all it's going to be as Sean B is trying to cut him up. But the chef is not quite in the kitchen right now.
Off the side wall is Sadness. He's got open room. 1v2, not out of his reach. It's a flip reset. Past 1. Trying to get Taha to bite on it, but Taha's going to win that 50-50. Now it's Wisty's chance. Taha, a great first play, but he doesn't have the boost to go for this. Shumpy has to jump in. Low boost for good guys now, and Amethyst can take advantage. Wisty, Sadness, open room ahead, but it's Taha first 2. Sean B to the corner. Sadness gonna chase him down, but Sean B's not gonna let him have it. To the corner, demoed away. Wisty's gotta be careful as Sean B gonna take him out. Taha, that's a huge block for Wisty, and with little time to go, he will put one on, but Sean B is ready for it. Overtime looms as maybe one last chance for either of these sides. Wisty, Taha, Wisty again. At 0 seconds, maybe one last chance, but it will go to the floor. 1 goal will determine a team's fate and determine who goes the top 2.
This is as close as it gets. You can't ask for more else. These teams separated just by 1 goal. And with how dominant Amethyst was in game number... Oh my goodness, forget what I was saying. Sean B ends it. The Cinderella story continues. The good guys, the number 7 seed, with the upset, they knock out Amethyst in overtime. And they'll be facing Loaded in the grand finals.
And you might as well say 7 is a lucky number here because, my goodness, this is the 7th seed in our tournament, and they are making it happen. What a performance from this roster. In 3 games, they prevent the reverse sweep and take the number 1 seed out of the tournament here. So they've got 1 match to go in the grand finals, a rematch with a team that sent them to the lower bracket in the first place. Loaded.
Indeed. It'll be quite interesting to see how they play. They did take Loaded to game 3 last time. Can they make it to game 5 this time? Or will they keep that lower bracket momentum going and just sweep them right out?
We'll have to
Time will
see
tell.
about that. Yeah, only time will tell, and unfortunately that time will include a little bit of a break here while we get things sorted out. So, while we make sure that everybody is ready, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, the grand finals, Loaded and the Good Guys. We'll see you then.
Pushed around, always lost, not found, but I didn't realize. Like a giant standing in my way, leading me astray. Now it's time for me to rise. I knew I had to find myself. Turns out I'm on my own. I won't let it go. The right and wrong that you pretend to know. The fire in my heart, it burns in your shadow. The silver lining, it began to rust, and now I get who I can and cannot trust. I won't let it go.
2 teams remain. $100 split between both of them. This is the grand finals. Loaded versus the Good Guys. Welcome everybody back to the Serenyx League 2v2 Blitz number 4. We've got one more best of 5 to go. Loaded versus Good Guys, and Loaded do have a game advantage. They beat the Good Guys in the winter semifinals in the run to make it to this point. Now they get to play them again for it all, for the whole tournament and for glory.
Indeed, this is the main event, the moment you've all been waiting for, the grand finals. It doesn't get too much more exciting than this. The Good Guys on one heck of a lower bracket run. You know, we all love a nice little run all the way through. We've seen Queso do it. We've seen Cloud9 do it. We've seen Vitality do it. And I wonder, no, it's not RLCS Worlds, I give them that. But it's still pretty epic if the Good Guys are able to pull this off.
Yeah, I mean, in Serenyx League history, in all of our double elimination tournaments, only one team has ever been able to make it through the lower bracket to win, and that was Esports in our 3v3 Blitz. I want to say 3v3 Blitz number 4, so not too long ago, but it has never happened in our 2v2 Blitz. Sorry, our 3v3 Meltdowns. It's never happened in our 2v2 Blitzes, but we have been close. We've had a couple game 5s in these tournaments, and well, last time these two teams played, it went the distance, so I would not be surprised if it happens again, but you have to think Loaded are the favorites here to win the majority of that $100 prize pool. Again, given to us by our sponsors in Future Form Design Labs. Again, if you want to get your design needs met, go ask them. They're great with graphics, and they're amazing people. So support Future Form Design Labs, and of course, support our Serenyx League tournaments. If you guys want to be here, next week will be our 3v3 Meltdown number 5. You want to sign up for that? Sign-ups are already open. Join us with exclamation point Discord in chat. Join our server to join our upcoming events. Our 3v3 Meltdown number 5, $120 for that event up next Saturday. So it's going to be an amazing event as well. You might be able to be up here on this mainstream like some of these teams are tonight. As our grand finals just away to get Loaded have a huge advantage here, but the Good Guys, again, they've kept it close last time around, and if they can do it again, if they can, you know, hold on, if they can continue that Cinderella story, yeah, I think they've got a good amount of momentum here to start the series off well, and they really need to cling on to that good start.
Indeed. We'll see if Loaded used a similar strategy that they used against Amethyst, and sending Skippy has to be just a little bouncing ball, just kind of jumping around everywhere on the field, or if they'll come up with some other different strategies, or if Tide will start stepping up a bit more. Well, we can only time will tell. Let's head into the grand finals. Remember, Loaded do have a game advantage, so they only need to win just a little bit.
Yeah, and starting with that game advantage as well here, so so it will be a best of 5 game advantage here for the for this roster under Loaded. So Tide and Skippy, you said it, have already won game 1 by default. Now we go into game 2 of our best of 5, meaning they'll need to win 2 games more to take down Good Guys and win the grand finals. As Skippy and Tide had a bit of a break to watch that lower finals happen. Now they go up again against Taha and Sean B. And Taha and Sean B, they lost this team earlier in the bracket in a game 3 of a best of 3 series. They're going to need to pull out all the stops here to beat this incredibly tough roster.
Indeed, Loaded. It'll be interesting to see if they have cooled down at all, and if the heat from running through all the other teams has benefited the Good Guys, or if fatigue is starting to set in. Certainly plenty to feel out as we play the real playing game of number 1. The type of adjustments these teams make. They are familiar with each other. They did play each other earlier on, but it's all a bit different when it's the grand finals. Pressure makes diamonds, and we've seen how Loaded behaved under pressure so far, and I'm sure they'll continue the cool, calm, collected, and surgical strikes that they're known for.
Yeah, you definitely want to say that, but I mean, the Good Guys have a lot of pressure too. I mean, they really got reverse swept in that last series, so they know how to play under pressure. They know how to play under the lights here, but as you said, it all is very different in the grand finals. It's a whole different feel. You want to win this entire thing, as Taha could take goal 1, but it will not be close enough to the net for him to have. As Skippy goes next, we'll have the dribble. Still no goals here at the start of our series, but these teams aren't really focusing too much on it here, as Taha, Tide, will take this one, as Skippy, waiting back, will go to his own corner, as a lot of room in front here. No early challenges. I mean, Skippy can take his time, but Taha will win this. Tide will go instead. Skippy could choose a challenge, but he doesn't really have the boost for it. And right now for Loaded, I mean, I like the ideas that they have. They wanted to go for these mechanical plays in front of the nets, want to go for ways where they can pull players out with those mechanics, but simply put, they're not getting close enough to net to really be able to strike.
Indeed, both teams so far surviving the heat checks from each other, but we haven't seen too many good, clean looks. We saw one earlier from the good guys, but it was pretty easily saved by Tide. And Skippy wants to use those mechanics, wants to find a gap. He almost found it right there.
Little ceiling pinch, it's the usual for Skippy here trying to make things happen as Tide gets a couple demos, but Skippy can't go as that shot is on! Sean B recognizes Skippy was in peril, and from there on out he could not escape treading water.
Just a couple of pads might have been the difference maker. Skippy lured in with the demos, which normally you would see this great time to push up, put a shot on target. But with the way the respawns played out, it just becomes a shot on target. And low boost, not really many opportunities to save it.
Skippy had almost nothing there in the midfield, was hoping they wouldn't have gone, but now he's got to go here. Double tap attempt, but it's a bit too high to attack. Sean B missed this one, doesn't have boost, and he's going to be put under a lot of pressure here from these players as Tide will back up into him, force him out of the way. Skippy using all he has to set up Tide, but that play doesn't really go anywhere, and now they're forced back again. Taha. Tide will take the challenge as Skippy will, he's going to try to go downfield, but loaded. Have pressure, but they don't have offense right now. Taha does, and he can make things happen. 1-on-2 will be saved away as Tide jumps in early. Now he can challenge Sean B, but it's another play in the midfield, and Sean's going to jump in on this one, but will be loaded, who will take the ball, take offense, and maybe take another chance to score as Sean B jumping in. Tide with a perfect demo. It is open for Skippy. Tide timed it perfectly, and Skippy didn't have to do much to score that one.
You felt the air change just a little bit after that low 50. Skippy, we've seen so many of those low 50s. I'd love to see more of them as they've been super effective against Amethyst. And when you stop the ball just like that right in front of someone's goal, surely it's going to be a goal.
That's a great play from the two players here as they have really needed to coordinate as best they can on these plays. Skippy, my goodness, what a flip reset. And he's going to try to get one over Sean, but credit to Sean on that recovery. He didn't give up on that play. And it will be Skippy who will need to go for another one here, but without boost will just make things a little awkward here for them all, as in fact he's now the one who's kind of in the mix. Tide jumps in. Maybe potential for offense as a demo will open up the play, but only for Sean as he'll get bumped out now. Tide. Skippy. He's got a flip reset on this one. Will leave it for his teammates as Taha jumps in, but it's a great play from Tide. Takes it slow. Now he shoots, and he tucks it under Sean B. Loaded was waiting, and Tide this 50. First one really did it all there. He waited for Taha to jump and knew exactly what he was trying.
There's one person you should be afraid of when you see enter the air, and that is Tide. He's been such a great lethal shooter in so many different situations. Whenever Skippy's making those fancy solo plays, it is Tide who is sniping it afterwards. And he does just that. Great speed from him, realizing that Sean, just a little awkward, and loaded, take a crucial game goal lead.
In this game as well, a reminder, because they have already won game one by default, they only need to win two in this best of 5 as Tide will clear this one back. Sean B, challenged by Skippy. Tide to gotta keep this one away as it's gonna go towards the goal. Jumping in front, Sean B needs to rush to the play. Taha is waiting for it. It's in front, one last chance. It's a huge block for Skippy, and that ends it. Loaded now have 3 chances to win Blitz number 4.
That is absolutely amazing from Skippy. Who else to make that final save? The very clutch slave as well. Loaded. They are just one game away. And they've performed so well under pressure. And I'm sure they don't even feel it at this point. That the burden of proof is on the good guys. They have to now pull off a reverse sweep if they want any chance to get that prize pool.
Man, they are really pushing through here. One away from winning the tournament, as you said it. At this point now, a reverse sweep necessary for the good guys to win this event, and it's not starting well. 2 seconds for Tide to score. Loaded are already on the board. And a reminder, we're on match point at this point.
Loaded continue their dominance of the kickoff. We saw them absolutely bullying Beef Stew Lovers. We saw them harassing Amethyst, and now they're bulldozing through the good guys.
Goal means early momentum for Loaded, means the chance for more, but good guys quick to look for a response. It's another demo from Tide on a player going upfield, and he's had a couple of those. A Skippy! Oh my goodness! Skippy triple tap! Loaded are locked and loaded, and they're ready to fire!
Homie is motivated. Ceiling pinch. Greed. It's absolutely a thing of beauty. He hits the Zen on him. And if that's not a representation for how confident Loaded are, then I don't know what is.
My goodness, that was what they didn't need that goal. But boy, does it look good, and boy, does it make them feel just over the moon right now. But it's an answer from Sean B. The good guys will not let that goal get away from them. It's an answer as Tide, for once, was actually caught up too high up the field.
Indeed. Plenty of confidence still remaining, but you gotta make sure that confidence doesn't result in leaving gaps in the defense. So I'm pushing up just a bit too hard. And the good guys doing the best they can and punishing.
Yep, he's looking for another crazy goal. This one up the ceiling, but he won't get anywhere with that. As now it's a play that he has got to make. Taha right behind, Tide to support, but Loaded have to go as Skippy. Oh, he's whiffed on this one. Tide will jump in to save him as now he's been bumped by his own teammates. Taha has some space here, but Tide will go. Sean B has the clear, and at this point for both these teams, it's really slowed down to a halt. Very few opportunities, very few shots. Nobody wants to be the one to give up the next play as Skippy flip resets towards the goal, but Taha jumps in. Tide's missed his chance. Skippy's got to get to this one, and he will. Sean B has the dribble, but he can't make much happen as Skippy will jump in to save.
Several brown trouser moments for Loaded, and it's good that they're feeling so confident. Skippy is just absolutely just freestyling on the field at this point. But I don't want to get overconfident. They're only up by 1, and we know how Loaded have been with leads lately.
A couple of pretty big ones against Amethyst. They do not want to drop one here against good guys as Sean B. Taha. Oh, Skippy, he's a bit slow to this one, but he'll have just enough to challenge. Up goes Tide. Skippy with room. Sean B to go, but Skippy has the flip reset. As Taha to keep in behind as with 2 players back, the good guys know they can challenge without too much risk. As Tide will clear it away here, back to the blue half of the field. Good guys and Loaded. Very few chances for both these teams. Only 9 shots so far this game combined from both sides. As Tide clears this one back. Skippy off the sidewall. Another tap, leaving this one, but it's Taha to keep. Tide to challenge, and with half the game to go, EndlessDolphins, the pace has got to pick up here, the good guys.
It definitely does. Loaded have no problem with playing a bit more cautious. After all, they are the ones in the lead. And as much as you want to play cautious in the grand finals, when you're down, it's only but so cautious you can play. You don't want to give up too many goals, but at the same time, you have to score. I mean, it seems simple, but like, unless you score more goals than your opponent, you cannot win. And right now, good guys, they're doing all right defensively, but they need some goals, and they need them quickly. But instead, it'll be Skippy drilling it to the top left.
So simple as well. Is not an easy angle to score from. Taha has most of the net covered, but Skippy recognizes where the opening is had, and he goes for it. And you know, for the good guys, I was going to mention one of the things they might want to do is actually play defense, wait for overcommits, but yeah, they can't wait anymore. There's 2 minutes to go. They're down by 2 goals. They may not see another great overcommit chance here. Sean B, early flick, saves away his double commit from Loaded. Tide will hold on to this one as Taha jumps in. We'll try to leave one for Sean, but it's Skippy up next. 1-on-1. The backflip flick will not be taken there, and it is good guys again upfield. Taha Oh, he's lifting this one to the air. Skippy has a challenge, but it won't be enough. Seanbei's got his second, and the good guys stay close.
Well, it wouldn't be a loaded game if it wasn't close. No lead is safe if you're a loaded fan. But fortunately, they have a pretty good track record of closing things out. Wonderful play on the backboard. And Sean able to clean it up. Although it might just go the other way. Fortunately, Taha is able to get the save.
With so little time to go, good guys need something soon. Skippy. Floated. Just to keep time, just to take boost, just to waste out all the opportunities that good guys could have. Sean B getting bumped away by Ty, but he'll break free. Skippy. Oh, he nearly missed this one. It is still not out of the way. He'll get the block. Tide's gotta go. He doesn't get the save, but Skippy will clear and will go again for the touch. They're sent back again, good guys. With so little time to go, they need just one, but it feels out of reach, but not for long. Skippy saves that one. Taha. Tide. Back the other way, again keeping possession. Skippy on the pre-jump play to the back wall. Will not get a second touch, and in fact, he's left Tide on a 2v1 to go defend, but he'll challenge early. Good guys. Not getting many chances, but here's a chance to go. Taha won't be able to get the last touch. And Tide will come in for
my
it.
cardiologist about this game.
It's been nerve-wracking, that's for sure. And maybe one last chance for the good guys to stay in the grand finals. Sean B. Taha. Jumping into the corner. Tide waits, but it's Taha still. One last chance. Sean B. to net. Oh, what a save. Skippy ends it there as it rests on the goal line. Loaded. Win Blitz 4.
Congrats to Loaded in the most palpitating way. Several shots rocketing off the crossbar. Sometimes the ball half in. But hey, they got it done and they played their hearts out. Congratulations to Loaded. They are your champions. And a nice little sweep.
It is a sweep, but again, their opponents here in Good Guys won't be leaving with empty-handed as well, so they'll get a little bit of the prize money as well here. But you said it, Loaded will win 2v2. Blitz number 4 here, part of the Serenyx League again. Thank you to our sponsors in Future Form Design Labs, as well to our production here ran by GAYTANA. What a night it has been here, EndlessDolphins. A long, double elimination bracket, some very intense matches, but Loaded will win this one past the Good Guys. So that ends tonight. Reminder, next Saturday will be 3v3 Meltdown number 5. $120 up for grabs, so you'll not want to miss that opportunity. Again, exclamation point Discord in chat to join. But EndlessDolphins, one night has been. Loaded takes this one of our top seeds to take down the lower bracket Cinderella run of the Good Guys. Before we end it tonight, do you have any final parting words that you want to say to people out there?
Just go out and have fun, enjoy gaming. That is what it's there for. And seems like Loaded were having a great time with all the shots that Skippy was going for and the little passing play. So they're certainly making the most of their gaming times. But thank you so much for having me. Until next time.
Yeah, of course. And to all of you out there, thank you so much for joining the Serenyx League 2v2 plus number 4 again. We'll see you guys next weekend. Saturday for 3v3 Meltdown number 5. Have a good night, everybody. Sleep well. We'll see you again very soon.